last night. It was a special reunion for Hugh and David Baddiel. 35 years since their hit comedy show, The Mary Whitehouse Experience. Look at that for a picture. Well, this time they are getting on their bikes for an epic journey across France. Hugh and David joined us now. I watched it last night. It's like a hug watching it. It really is. You two make me laugh, but it's beautiful scenery, lovely food along the way and everything else. Is it an interesting experience being back together, back on the road?
Yeah, I mean, we see each other all the time anyway, because, you know, we've been friends for like 35
all these years.
But it was great, actually. And we've travelled all over the place together, actually. And we've been across Ethiopia together, haven't we?
What happened was, we play football together. Every Tuesday night, we play seven-a-side football together. He gives me a hug, and he says, "You're a dead man." I don't know why he does that, but that's
even
what
if
he
we're
does.
on the same side.
Yeah, he always says that. And then one day, he'd said that, and he said, "Do you want to do a bike trip with me on telly?" And I said, well, you're a proper cyclist, because he's got all the gear. He's done bits of the Tour de France. He's actually done it himself with his legs.
Yeah,
right?
free choice. I mean, he wants to do it.
No, I like
to do it in the rain, I don't know what. And I said, well, no, because I, like to go maybe into town once or so often from my house, which is also in London. And he said, no, come on. And I thought, all right, I'll do it. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it there, but I am riding an e-bike. Right? He's riding a proper bike, and I am riding an e-bike, and that was basically my stipulation.
That was it, the one thing. Do you consider this cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
Completely, but also, you didn't really know how to operate your e-bike properly, did you?
Well,
It could be quite dangerous, can't
yeah,
it?
but if you've got an e-bike, if you get on a bike, you just get on it and you start pedaling. But you had everything worked on an app off your phone.
That's true.
So you had to sort of connect the app to the bike, and then the bike, you had to press lots and lots of buttons.
That's true, and also even like for the bell, you have to change it on the app, so it makes a oh noise or a different noise or a ring noise, and all that is quite complicated when you're near a canal.
Yeah.
Because you could be doing that.
And you want an instant ring to warn someone of something, you've got to go into your phone. Yeah,
well, what I thought most of the time is what I'm going to need is kind of an aqua bike any minute, because I'm not really watching and I'm going to cycle into the canal.
No.
That aside, though, you do enjoy it.
It was brilliant. I mean, we are men of a certain age, and I think now what I really want to do in my life and career is stuff I'm just going to enjoy. I've always thought that, really, but more than ever
You've always done that.
I've always done that. That is basically my life. I've laid out for you there. Yeah. But when Hugh said to me, do you want to go on a bike ride across France? I just thought, yeah, that sounds like fun. And I think watching it is as well.
Exactly. Well, I think there are a lot of sort of travel programmes with various people, but a lot of time they've been put together for the programme, whereas you two have a genuine, lengthy friendship, and I think that's what comes across and what makes it so easy.
Dave said to me at one point during the show that when most people do travelogues, they sort of know a lot about the place they're going, so they'll be able to tell you the history, whereas we were literally just reading it off the sort of boards on the side, on the sides of monuments, going, what is this?
Yes, that's true. There was a lot. I mean, you knew a bit more than I did. I knew nothing about that part of France or canals or cycling, but that's part of the joy of it for me.
Yeah. Well, you've described before, like, your friendship almost. Hugh can take almost a fatherly role.
Yeah.
You sort of lived by that in this series.
Yes. Well, when we were in Ethiopia and driving along, at one point I had to do a poo. Sorry, I'm allowed to say that. I've said it.
Yeah, you said it in a nice way.
In a nice way, at the side of the road, which BBC Two decided to film me going off into the bushes. And he just sat there like a very long-suffering dad, like being watched by the cameras having to say, well, I'm now just waiting for this to be over. But you are very good at that. That's what you do in Outnumbered as well. Basically, you are the long-suffering dad.
I am. That is my main role in life. And that particular bit in Ethiopia, I remember giving you the loo paper. There you go, David.
That's just how close you are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Outnumbered, I mean, it was so wonderful to have it back at Christmas time. And I think it's always in a position to make a return again, isn't it?
Well, never say never, but, who knows? Who knows? But anything like that in telly, but it was great. It was brilliant doing it. And because, we haven't seen the kids really, just on and off over the years. But we don't, and it's just great to catch up with their lives and see what they're actually doing.
It's like feeling like parents but not parents, isn't it, when you've had that experience?
I take enormous sort of paternal pride in 3 children I'm not the real father of. But they're really, really good.
I had the joy being part of Outnumbered for it was a comic relief special all those years ago, and we had the best day. There I was. It was just fantastic, and you could feel the chemistry amongst you all.
Yeah.
Because so much of it is sort of you know, improvising, and there's a magic to that, isn't there?
There was, and I remember that day as well because that was at Stamford Bridge.
It was.
It?
It was.
Yeah.
And as an Arsenal fan, I found
you
that
found it
very,
uncomfortable,
very,
didn't
very
you?
uncomfortable.
I'm in the back there waiting for the match to start, if you look closely.
Quite fun. Well, you're too busy making musicals these days.
Yes, my musical, The Parent Agency, which is one of my children's books, is opening tomorrow in Chester, Story House. And I wrote it with Dan Gillespie-Sells, who everyone's talking about, Jamie. And I love doing it. It's absolutely great fun, that is.
But what an extraordinary moment, to, as you say, something that you've conjured up from your mind, and then to suddenly see all of these people performing on stage.
You sort of can't believe that they've taken the bait. You can't, like, I just wrote this on the page, and now you're dancing, and you're singing, and you're wearing silly costumes. It's really brilliant. But it is actually, the previews, it seems to be spreading a lot of joy. And like, it's a proper family show.
Yeah.
And it's sort of really...
You've always done that. You've always spread.
Yeah, I've always spread a lot of joy. I've always been a family man.
Yeah.
Not always, actually. That would be weird. But no, it is really fun, the musical.
That's brilliant, brilliant. Can I just ask you before you go, did you ever get lost? Will we see you getting lost at some point in this?
Yes, there's a bit where he says, I think there's a shortcut, and we end up going through wheat fields like Theresa May. It's very, except we're on bikes. But we are really lost in that bit, and my bike is really unhappy, and so is my bottom.
Yeah.
And your app couldn't go
My
with
app
that.
is like crashing all over the place.
Yeah.
It's such a great show. It started last night, and you can catch it again next Monday, 9 p.m. on More for Two Men on a Bike. It does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
except we're on two bikes.
E-bike. Hi there. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel where we upload new videos every single day. You can click here if you're interested in this video or head to the homepage for some more amazing content.